I think that the courier races, to a degree, would be definitely a manifestation of the competitiveness that you experience, like when you're working during the day.
No permits, no insurance, no permission. We just decide to do it, and we do it.
It involves about thousands of couriers all racing simultaneously. So when we started in Dublin at 9 o'clock, in New York they'd be racing at 2 in the afternoon, something like that.
That it had to be the same race all over the planet to make it fair.
When they get all the results in, you know, they post them on the web and somebody wins it. Like. The first checkpoint was just stuck in spoke-fork wheels.
Check it, yo. Make yourself at home. We got diesel or some of that homegrown. Sit back in your throne, turn off your phone, cause this is our zone.
It was a pretty straight run just down Pierce Street.
PlayStations, Web Henry with precision, a few herbs and a bit of Benson. But don't forget the Rizzler, lean like the Tower of Pisa. These are Oasia, and this is a day in the life of a geezer. For this hub track, pull out your sack and sit back. Whether you white or black, smoke weed, chase ground or toot rock. We're on a mission, support the cause, sign a petition. Summon all your wisdom, the music's a gift from the man on high, the Lord and his children. Triple team here, rude boys. Come rain or snow, the Buddha flows. You don't know? Stand on the corner, watch the show, cause life moves slow. Sort your shit out, then roll. Sex, drugs, and on the dole. Some men rise, some men fall. I hear you call, stand tall now. Original pirate material. You're listening to the street. Lock down your aerial.
Fucking mad over.
People in the place, if you're with me, then come on, keep it moving. And if you're grooving with me, come on, shaking your ass up everywhere, baby, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, come on. People in the place, if you're with me, then come on, keep it moving. And if you're grooving with me, come on, shaking your ass up everywhere, baby, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, come on. A lot of y'all got trick in your blood. And me first day by the end of the
When traffic is coming two ways and you want to get across it, you go with the traffic on one side and then you try and get across on the other. Just so you have to swing back into the right to get through the second lane. He got nudged by a Jeep, like, you know.
That's fucking deadly. It was the fucking maddest.
I think somebody pointed out what he needed was a Mars bar and a can of Coke.
Go over to the shop and get him a can of Coke and a Mars bar.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, come on. The roof is on fire, the party's going down. Y'all people know flip motors in town. Working every record, rhyme after rhyme.
But everyone in Dublin sort of realised that they're small fish in a big pond. You might talk a lot of shit and be the fastest courier in Dublin, but you go to somewhere like Budapest for the World Championships. We had 10 guys go to Budapest and not one of us made the finals. You know, I mean, we're small fish in a big pond.
I always love the sound of rain on the windshield of cars, like it's been, it gives it such an atmosphere. Like you immediately know it's a horror film.
Dad! 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 Someone's coming down there!
We shot it in someone's back garden with 2 hoses on the windshield and a load of people pushing the car. So the car isn't actually driving. The idea was to get something that could eat people, but have him not be a zombie, have him be a human. So that's why I came up with the idea, to have him just a guy that happens to like brains. You know, he's a kid. It does a scene start where he's a kid and he eats brains as a kid and he loves it. Like, and so he grows up in the woods eating brains, and kind of becomes like an animal. Like. In terms of camera work and stuff, we could be a lot freer, and we could move the camera fast through the woods and kind of, have him jumping around the place, which was a lot better than, having him just going, like that. As well, it had the Cuchulainn legend in it, where Cuchulainn hits the hurl and he kills the dog at the end. So I always knew that had to be the end. That's how he would defeat the guy with the hurley ball. Like. There's a couple of scenes in it, like the pencil in the eye. There's a scene where a hedgehog gets run over, and the scene where the guy's head gets chopped off. And you kind of know, no matter how bad the film is, like at least you got 3 laughs and people enjoy themselves.
Pull it! Up it goes! Swing!
And the sound effects as well help a lot. Those young kids, they're 10 and 11, but they're like, they've seen Scream and they've seen all these movies, like, so it's, give them a taste of their own medicine, have them get eaten in a movie for a change, and they love it, like, they had a great time. Braineater probably ended up at about just over 1,000, probably about 1,300, thereabouts. The main money was just spent on the film stock, and then a bit of catering, and because we were using all outdoor locations, there wasn't really any, we just arrived on set and we didn't have any equipment. The only equipment we have is the camera. I'd sooner pay for, a tin of blood than, a lunch for somebody, Not that I wouldn't, but you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't, I'd prefer be putting money on the screen than just comfort things. The recipe now for a good fake blood is very simple. Just get a tin of golden syrup and put it in a microwave. Put it in a bowl or something. Put it in the microwave for about a minute or so till it gets kind of liquidy and gooey, and then pour it into whatever you want to put it in. Usually a big bottle of 7-Up or something, or like when it's empty, 2-litre bottle or whatever, and mix it in with food colouring, red food colouring, milk, bit of milk in there as well, and sometimes you can mix a bit of green in if you want it a little darker or whatever. And there you get fake blood, because it's quite thick. Because if you wanted to put it on somebody and it doesn't just run off, so if the golden syrup, and it's important to put it in the microwave because it kind of goes liquidy and gooey. So you get fake blood. And like everybody has a great time on a horror movie, and it's all kind of fun. So I don't know. At the moment, anyway, I'm happy to be making horror movies.
We lived down the country when I was younger, so we didn't have BBC or whatever, so I don't really have any kind of early memories of Top of the Pops. A record from around that time I remember that I still totally love is I Feel For You by Chaka Khan.
Tour de France by Kraftwerk. Just one of those tracks that's just so out there. I think this song completely and utterly blew my mind.
championships. It's one thing I actually have that I still, from that day, still kind of play all the time. Just one of those completely seminal moments.
And then, of course, ZZ Top, and we all have Fab Vinny to thank for this one. It's another kind of MTUSA memory. So there was always the ZZ Top triple play. You were kind of had your fingers crossed that when they played one ZZ Top video, they were going to follow it up with another one, you know? You got Sharp Dressed Man, were they going to play Give Me All Your Lovin' afterwards or not, you know? It was like waiting with bated breath.
Like a boomerang, I need a repeat. Give me all your lovin', all your hugs and kisses too.
You might think the videos were good, but when you found out that the guy in the band who doesn't have a really long beard is called Frank Beard, it's just like, how can you say no, you know? You gotta have ZZ Top.
And hit me like a Connolly.
The first kind of, I suppose, big kind of techno record, if you want, for me was, well, it was actually two. It's like Good Life by Inner City and Big Fun by Inner City as well. Every time I listen to it, I'm just instantly transported back because it's just the opening kind of chords of it, and just all the strings and just everything about it. It's just a totally amazing tune. It's really, really incredible.
Polygon Window. This is the first one to really kind of just totally turn me onto techno. And it got me really, really excited about the whole thing. It's Aphex Twin under another name on Warp. It's a beautiful gatefold sleeve. It's the lushest sort of techno, electro and electronic music I think ever. Like a lot of kind of pure Aphex Twin fans don't really like it because it's a bit too straight. It's unbelievable. And of course from that it just led me on to basically all types of electronic music. The last year and a half's worth of music that we've actually put onto DAT has basically come out or is coming out on various different labels. We can basically just work away and put the stuff out.
The bottom line is just kind of releasing music, basically, you know, like, because that's when you're gone, like, that's all there is, like.
This housing estate in West Dublin is typical of the new developments on the city's outskirts. Built originally for native Dubliners, the recent rise in immigration means that now up to 80% of these houses are occupied by Culchies. Tonight we ask, is Dublin facing a flood of rednecks?
We're all over the job because there's likes of them coming into jobs and they're working for pennies.
They're not here a week and they're driving around in fancy cars, and then they're driving back down the bog, pick up their mates and come back up and take the rest of the big shots.
No Culchies in Dublin. Let's get rid of them.
And we profile some of the shadowy groups who have pledged to end this country invasion by any means necessary. Mick Bamji is the leader of the Culchie Control Platform.
We have nothing against Culchies. It's just that they're different from us. We have different cultures and we need to remain apart. We believe that strict controls on movement between Dublin and the rest of the country are in everybody's interest.
The CCP demands a compulsory ID card for all Culchies living in Dublin. They want to introduce border controls around the capital. There'll be an end to housing waiting lists for native Dubliners. And eventually, the repatriation of all Culchies from Dublin. Bamji rejects any links with the paramilitary Battalion for Unified Dublin, but the groups share a disturbingly similar agenda. I interviewed Sean Dempsey, the leader of Bud, at a secret location on Dublin's north side.
Every day, thousands of people are flooding into this city from the country and are bringing with them their alien traditions, their strange language and their primitive culture.
We're not a racist party. We reject racism, absolutely. You know, we just don't like them because they're from the country. Imagine, if you will, the position of the people of Drumcondra on the All-Ireland semi-final day, when they are literally besieged, locked into their homes and beaten off the streets by hordes of vicious, rampaging Culchies who leave a trail of destruction through that little network of streets every year.
The people of Dorset Street are opposed to these displays of Culchie triumphalism. The Culchies' argument is that this is a traditional route that they have marched down for 100 years. We're not taking that. If they want to march down these streets, they have to ask our permission.
The authorities claim they are trying to stop this flood of bogmen, but it's quite clear the government is deeply infiltrated by Culchies and it's doing nothing.
John O'Donoghue, Culchie. Noel Dempsey, Culchie. Charlie McCreevy, Culchie.
We think that ordinary, patriotic Dubliners have no choice but to take up arms and protect their borders.
Vigilante attacks on Culchies are on the increase. Joseph O'Looney has this report.
For hundreds of years, the River Dargle has formed a natural barrier between Dublin and the rest of the country. But the authorities are helpless in the face of the sheer volume of desperate country folk willing to risk their lives at these secret crossings of the Dargle. Bud vigilante groups patrol the north banks of this river, meting out rough justice to any Culchies who try to enter the city illegally. This is Joseph O'Looney for Sampler at the River Dargle in Bray.
Our key demand is a 12-foot high wall, topped with razor wire running the length of the M50.
This will form the basis of a ring of steel around the city, modelled on the Berlin Wall.
I certainly don't think a 12-foot high wall topped with razor wire running the length of the M50 could be called divisive or negative in any way. It's not about creating a barrier.
Armed squads of Bud volunteers will patrol the perimeter, ensuring that no undocumented Culchies will get through, making sure that the city is pure and free at last from the Mulchi menace.
Will our politicians fight back against this tide of prejudice and hatred? Or are we doomed to live in a future where town and country are separated by a ring of steel? This is Ryan Tubridy for Sampler in Dublin.
How much is sort of born out of laziness and incompetence? The first one or two were maybe a reaction to the fact that there's very little strong visual culture in any of the magazines or papers here at all.
I hope to become more outspoken. I hope to go on the attack. I hope never to lose my tenuous grasp on language.
But yeah, it is predominantly visual, very visuul. That's the way it's always going to be. I mean, visual is the prerogative as regards the magazine. It's whatever looks best as opposed to anything else, really.
It changes every time, and that's the point of it. That it's not stuck in any particular style, so that if you are buying homage and reading homage, it's about change. It's about, you're not sure what you're going to get, and in that, I think, lies the beauty in it, for me anyway. And it keeps me interested in doing it. I'm interested in doing what I'm into.
Miles is great because Miles is perfectly at home in a shishi chic gallery opening, but he is the wino that they let in by accident.
Yeah, shoots are generally good fun. I try to make them as sort of easy on me as possible. They can get very, just trying to getting the full team together and getting it organised, but the last issue, again, was shot with a bunch of disposable cameras in my apartment. It took about 2 hours, and it was a good laugh, and that was like the majority of the magazine. The shoot we're doing for this issue is going to be very, hopefully, very simple, very, no hassle, no grief. So, and a bit, and just try capture something.
I'm doing something that interests me, and because of that, hopefully it will interest other people. Without the constraints, the typical constraints that other magazines might have. Where that takes us, where that goes, I don't know.
I think there's an audience there for it. I think Irish audience have been very, like regards magazines. Like some people I know love magazines, but they don't buy anything Irish. Never buy an Irish magazine. There's a big audience there.
I'd like to take homage into the mainstream so that it becomes accepted, and the style of homage becomes a much more accepted aesthetic that people appreciate. And I think Dublin is changing, people are up for it now.
I think it's a permanent thing, it's a lasting thing, it's not short term. There's a passion that runs deep.
Well, people think that it's all, getting free CDs and hanging out with models and going to parties, and it is, but I get free trips abroad as well. Like, people don't realise that it's all that, but it's more.